Hey there, welcome back guys. This is the final video for the Dummy 13 series. We finally figured it out. Apparently there's no PLA support. If we go to the site, we can see that they only offer ABS, ASA, or PETG, and unfortunately no PLA, at least not yet. But it would be nice if they did. But this is the video for those that have PLA. The Ender 3 S1 Pro was the printer, and using Cura as the slicer, because as you know, different slicers will give you a different experience, but in the end, your results, you'll get something like this. You'll get your little guy. And normally, you know, I've expressed so many times that I don't like PLA files, not PLA, STL files that require configuration, but I kind of fell in love with this thing over here. How could you not? You're like, I gotta have one. And I eventually, after all the troubleshooting and the printing, figured it out. Remember, for the PLA support. So without any further ado, let's get started. So we're just going to go to our camera over here. Hold on one second. We are here. I'm just going to select the camera so that you guys can see. So there he is. So this is what he looks like when he's finished. As you saw in the video, I printed him and then I tried to print him again and didn't have the same experience. I was like, what happened? And if you watched the live video, because sometimes we do live here on the channel, I had to downsize some of the parts to scale down so that they would actually fit, and then scale up some of the other parts. The armor could be printed the same size. So if you're printing the armor, let's say you print 115 for your armor, whatever that magic number is for you, everything else gets scaled down however many points the numbers are in here. So if you have, for example, let's give you an example. By default, remember it can get really confusing because let's say if we have, let's see, we'll give you a lower body part. All right, so if we have the armor, all of the armor at 112, the frame and the hips are going to be 109, okay? 9, 10, 11, 12, so scale down by 1. But that's that particular part. And I managed to figure it out for other parts too. So you play with those numbers and you figure out what works best for you, okay? So let's get started here with the final part, because remember, this is the last part in this series. We finally did it. I'll have this guy watch over there. Can he stand? Yeah, look at that. How can he look up? Maybe not. I'll give him like a little side view. Let him, he'll be our assistant. All right, so this is the armor for the thigh, the upper thigh. This is the part for your joints, okay? And so this part right here is a little bit tricky to put together, but I printed it at a different size to scale. Let's see what size we have here. For this particular part, we printed it at, this is the website where you get it from. I put it up on GitHub because basically that's the configuration for PLA. But if you want to sell it or do anything else with these, you have to become a Patreon, not to me, but to this guy, because he gets a cut of whatever it is that you sell. So don't throw it up, because he will hunt you down. He will find you. He'll be like, Neiman Neeson, I will find you. I know where you are. And he's basically, I think that's what he does. He hunts you down. So, because, you know, you can't steal someone else's stuff. Well, here we're not stealing it. We basically reconfigured it so that it works for you, because even though he's the creator, he did not provide PLA support. So on that note, let's move forward. Again, if you want to monetize on this print, you have to get permission from this guy. But, you know, reconfiguring it and sharing with other people the secret, because who knows, maybe you'll figure out another secret to share. Then you just throw that up wherever. All right, so moving forward, we are here. So I just want to see what I printed these at. We have the frame thigh, right? Frame thigh was at 108, and then the other frame knee elbow was at 106, but we actually changed those numbers to work with them so that they would be a little bit better. Okay, so without any further, and you'll find that in your folder when you download it from GitHub. Let's say we go here, right? We have our legs. See, the 106 is frame, hip, shoulder, okay? And then basically what we did was we made this one a little bit bigger so that it would fit in. So you have frame, hip, shoulder. Oh, let me show you, okay? So that you guys can see. Frame, hip, shoulder, right? And frame, thigh. So the thigh we made a little bit bigger. This one, I believe we made, let's go back and look, okay? So that you guys can see. This one we made 108. See right here, 108. Okay, so that this way it works better. But remember, I believe the other part is separate from the only two that get printed the same. If you decide to use that number, right, is the frame, hip, shoulder. Okay, so even though this is 106, we changed it to 108. Okay, so it would be it'll be in there in the file so that you guys have it. See right here, and it also frame hips could be 109. You know, so whichever one will work best. But as you can see, we scaled them down so that they work right for you. All right, so look for this one. Let me show you. For this one, we have here on the camera. So you see that? The flat part goes up, okay? You would think that it would go into that hole because it's flat, but this part's going to go into the hole, okay? And it's a little snug. It's still snug for some reason, but you just press down till you have it, right? It's really tricky, to be honest with you. Once you have it like this, right, part ways, you grab something flat like this, like a little, you know, I don't know, anything flat, as long as it's flat. See? When it looks like it's going to bend a little bit. That's the problem. And this is scaled down to size, believe it or not, to fit in there. And if it breaks, you got to have another one on standby, believe it or not. See? It's getting in there, and you got to do it so that it comes out from the top. So you might have to use a flat surface. So I'm going to try this on the floor, okay? And then just lay it flat till it pops in. Yep, we got it. But gently, don't apply too much. Slow pressure, okay? So that it goes in. See that? Here, look. And it bulges out a little bit. I guess that's why they don't have PLA support, because PLA is stiffer, you know, and it doesn't give you that flexibility. But that's, whoops, as you can see, don't fall on me. Do we have any parts over there? So because we scaled this, right, we changed the armor to the thigh, right, to 113. So this is 113, and watch how easily that goes in there, supposedly. See that? And then you'll just press that in. So let's say, for example, we should have another armor. We should have another one laying around here somewhere. We have this here. Let's see what's at the printer. Nope, we don't have. But anyway, as you can see from here, if you scale it correctly, and the grooves are right there, right? So then what you'll do is you'll press this. I would put this probably on the biggest groove going in. See that little lip? So probably switch this around. And then what you'll do is you'll press it. See how easily that went in nicely? Because we scaled these down, right? And we have another one here. And you should be able to remove them. And again, if they break, they're easier to print individually. If that makes any sense. Hold on. There we go. If you do like that, that way is better, so you don't accidentally poke yourself. But as you can see, we have another one, right? And then so you'll decide which one's right for you. This one's almost the same. It's off by, just because it's off by one number, right? So we're going to get rid of this screwdriver, and then this one will go. See, watch, it'll pop right in easily, because remember we scaled it down more. But you can't go too low, because remember, then this one, the part for the hip, right, frame for upper hip won't go in if it's too small. So we scaled it as much as we could, as low as we can go. Not too low and not too big. See, it went in, sort of legs backwards. And we'll just pop it out, and then we'll just put it in correctly. See? Voila. Kind of neat. And then we have this part will go in, his, what do you call it? Upper thigh armor. Okay. This one should go in. You could bend the leg a little bit. Here. And you might have to put the other leg. See? Remember, they're connected, kind of like one of those Barbie dolls. You're like, wait, it doesn't fit. Make sure you do that, okay? He's probably watching. He's like, what are you doing to me? All right, so don't worry, your friend's going to be okay. And then for this, might have to tug down a little bit, but remember, it goes in. It slides right in. You should be able to, you should, in the perfect world. Now remember, this one, yep, there it is. See, it went right in. And it's like kind of neat. But remember, if you scale the parts, each part has to be made, might have to be made a little bit bigger if one's made smaller, if that makes any sense. Alright, so now we have here for his legs, a little joint, right? And then we put the joint in. See that? It went in nicely because remember, we scaled this down a little bit. And then for this, right here, this is his calf. So that's the back. See the calf? And what you do is you put the ball, it's supposed to be at the top. So you just drop it in from the top like that, in case you missed that. See, square, just put it in. And you just push it down. And then until it's visible. And then you take the other joint. Remember, open in the back, calf in the back. See, he's on his back, holes in facing up if he's on his stomach. Then we will, wow, that one went in nicely. Good scaling down. And then we have his foot. So you push the calf up a little bit so that the joint is exposed for his foot. Now remember, the lower part goes on the inseam. Okay, so if you're looking at the yellow one, because it's hard to see the gray, see the low? Oh, sorry. See the low part? Like that. This side, the low part, whoops. The low part on the inside. Really cool. Gonna leave him hanging around. This is really cool. Alright, so then we have this. Hold him so the joint doesn't break. And you gotta be really careful with this. Or maybe just hold the thigh, because the thigh is pretty strong. See? And it goes right in, because remember we scaled it just right. And now for the kneecaps are tricky. The kneecaps maybe you can share, because I couldn't figure out for the life of me the kneecaps. They go in, but they don't really hold, to be honest with you. They hold a little bit, but if the kids are playing with it, they're going to pop out. So the solution to the kneecap is to use superglue. I'll leave a link to this superglue in the description, because what I like about it is that it just does little drops. It does a droplet. And so what you want to do is, and make sure you don't drop it, because if you do, you're going to ruin your stuff. So probably put a plastic bag here, because this is my kid's thing. So if you accidentally drop it, and if you get it in your fingers, just use nail polish remover. That will get it out. See? And then you just put the cap back on so it doesn't dry out, because this glue is really good. It's lasted me through a lot of the projects that I've done on this channel, and who knows, many more. Alright, so then what you do is you just take his leg, bend the knees, right, a little bit. It should bend, and then what you'll do is you'll put in the kneecap, and then just apply pressure. Alright. Watch your finger, and bend the kneecap from the other side so that it's exposed, right? And don't let them touch. Don't bend them until they're dry, and then that's it. And that'll hold, because remember, it is super glue. And he's down for the count. Ding, ding, ding. Pretty neat, huh? Look at that. Your own Dummy 13 with PLA support. Let's see if he can, yeah, pretty flexible. And you know, I want to try and see, I'll keep you guys posted so that we can see how well it prints when you have all the parts on there. So this is what I'm going to experiment with next. Which you'll see in another video. Even though it's a final video, it'll just be like an update that I'll throw up there. So basically what I did was, because remember this was each part printed individually, so I just created a little build plate, and we'll watch it load in Cura. Remember, we're using Ultimaker Cura 5.6.0. I don't know how it's gonna slice in other applications, but as you see, we've got it here on this one. So basically I laid them all out into the plate for the lower waist, because I noticed that some folks had some problems printing the lower waist, and I want to see how they print, because remember, these are different sizes, right? So I believe, you know, this is like 111, 112, etc. Moving forward, actually I could share with you what those sizes are. So when you go into your GitHub experience, when you download, all your dummy files are here, and then we have another file called X extras. I put the X there so that it just goes in the bottom, so you have that there, but there's a staff that you can download, and then you have extra STL, which is here, and then you have, actually it's actually in another folder, because I would think it was too big, but I can throw it up separately. Let's see, we have working scaled, which was great. This one right here. So lower waist, so it won't let me put it up, but I'll throw it up separately, has its own file. So then let's throw that into Cura, and I'll share with you the scaling so that you can see, but I also want to see if it prints. Then you just click import models, don't select the other one. See, this is it right here, because it's a regular file that's, you know, workable. So if I go to scale, see, this is at 112 at that armor. This is at 112, that's at 112, this one's at 112, this one is at 109, see that? And this one's at, what's that one? Hold on, so you have to click out, and that's 109. This one we changed a little bit, hold on. This one I believe we changed, that one's 106, okay? Slightly smaller, but it'll still fit onto the joint of his, you know, inner thigh, that part. And then this one is, hold on, 106, so that's fine, but like they look the same, but if you do a bird's eye view, when you scroll in, they're not, okay? So let me just turn this thing on so that you guys can see. Enable cursor. So this right here, that's for his elbow, right here, shoulder, sorry, his shoulders, okay? It goes right there. This one here, the one at the very bottom, is for his leg joint, okay? And then this one here is for like the abdomen, and you'll see I'll put that one together. But I just want to see if it actually will print 112, 109, 108, otherwise you'll be screwed and you're stuck printing each one individually. Or, you know, if you can figure out a size that works best for all. So what you do is I'm going to slice this, right? 1 hour and 34 minutes, which is okay, but it beats printing one piece at a time. We'll save to disk, and then we'll just call this lower waist. I'm going to save it to the desktop. Say, oh, not there, not to the folder. I want it to be on the desktop. And then it's called lower waist, all caps, first letters. I'm going to replace the one that's there. Click yes, and don't need to open it in the folder since it's already there. And then I just want to make sure, see lower waist, and then I'm going to upload it to the machine. Printable files. So yeah, this is a camera you can print from. It's really cool, and you can watch your print and do it remotely. Okay, lower waist, there it is. Open. It'll upload, and then I'll just press play after the video. And maybe this one would make a nice thumbnail. That's pretty cool. Take like a little screenshot. I think it's Control Command 4. All right, so we'll just do Command Shift 3. Voila, and that'll be the thumbnail. Kind of neat. Then it's a knockout. Robot Wars. And that's pretty much it. That sums it up. I hope that gives you a better idea on how to create your own dummy and customizing the parts to work for your PLA experience. And who knows, maybe you'll have a similar experience or even better. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. And don't be a dummy. Remember to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time.